Hello, Worth. I'm going a little bit, just a tad bit unorthodox today, what I'm talking about. And I hope either now or in the near future, this message will reach a wide amount of people, especially in the Caribbean, especially in Jamaica. What I'm talking about is a particular artist. His name is Jamal. Jamal, what they call him, the Dunsman. And there's something psychological that has stumbled upon me and my mindset by watching this artist writing his songs, the messages through his songs, and that kind of energy that comes through his music. And listen carefully. He used the word dunce that connotates dumb or unintelligent, an unintelligent person in an academic sense. And for him, he's been speaking about this very profoundly, and he's pretty much accepted that state that he is a dunce person and a dumb person. But when you listen to a lot of his songs, what you realize is his songs are not unintelligent per se. I've heard Dr. Jordan Peterson make mention about rappers, just to do a little bit of a quick side note, that rappers are intelligently articulate, even though a lot of them never get that, I would say, formulated tertiary education, or a lot of them haven't really stepped into a book and really read or read a book. Now, this is not to discount the fact that they're unintelligent. A lot of them have street smart, and a lot of them have acquired a great deal of intelligence and social intelligence in in operating in the streets. Now, with Jamal, the Dunsman from Jamaica, the Jamaican artist, there's something really profound and truly powerful that comes through his modicum of music when he projects a kind of energy, when he projects the fact that he is this dumb person. And when you listen to his music, it flips something in your mind, and you're like, huh. And you would ask yourself this question: why would a dumb person be so okay and so accepting of his own disposition? And I start to think. And there's something in psychology, especially Carl Jung, who spoke profoundly on a phenomena that happened to the human psyche, which is called the individuation process, the shadow, the unacclaimed version of ourselves as human beings, the part that we're ashamed of coming up from our childhood, the part that we refuse to acknowledge, the evil version of ourselves that we significantly dumb down and have never integrated into our personality. Now with Jamal, and I can also say with Vibes Cartel, oh yes, is that watching these artists coming up along the line of their career, I've recognized that Jamal, because I've started with him, is that he has accepted the dumb version of himself. He has accepted that I'm dumb and I'm perfectly okay with it. And screw or F everybody else who think otherwise. I don't care. He has fundamentally accepted his shadow, the evil version of himself, the quote unquote part that he was more or less ashamed of as a kid coming up. You hear it through his music. He has turned chaos into an uplifting music. He started off and he seems intimidated, but he has found a way to use his intimidation to revolutionize a kind of growth. Now, there are aspects of it, of his music, where he speaks about killing and other aspect that one wouldn't really depicts or display in their life. And that's fine. That's him still accepting his unacceptable self. This is what a lot of rappers do, a lot of dancehall artists do. They use their chaos that been they've grew up in, and they turn it into art. Out of beauty comes chaos. Out of chaos comes beauty. My apologies. Out of chaos comes beauty. So, with him, with the message he puts across in his music, especially there's one that says, this one of his songs, Motivate. Motivation, that me use and open gate. Them say my song can't play upon radio station. They said that my songs cannot play on a radio station. Pretty much explaining that people have thought that his music are so demeaning and so evil that they cannot play on air. They can't play on regular radio. And yet he has accomplished that feat and more. That feat and more. He's been invited to one of the number one stage dance hall level, which is this, Sumfest in Montego Bay. And that speaks a lot. Now the ultimate point I'm getting to is because he has accepted his shadow so profoundly, it has granted him success. Carl Jung made mention about this too through the individuation process, that within your shadow there is greatness. Within your shadow you can find yourself. Within accepting your shadow, is out of that can come true creativity, because he has managed to integrate his shadow with his career, with something that teaches and something that gives him life, something that other people can look at and be like, wow, I mean, I came from the ghetto too. I can do this. I can sing songs about motivating people. I can take whatever I have, despite how the world might look at it, and build myself up to a level where I can start come and support people in my host country. What am I talking about? There were records of Jamal, the dunce man, helping people through the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. So one might say he looks intimidating and he will speak about evil. But out of all of that presupposed mindset that almost all of us have put placed on him as a person, he is helping people. He didn't have to. He spent a tremendous amount of money helping people. And a lot of artists have done the same. Vybz Kartel has done the same. Vybz Kartel had done the same. Came out of prison, transforming his life. If you notice, he's a lot more calmer now. He's a lot more jovial and upbeat and cheerful with other people, supporting a lot of young artists coming up because they've accepted what had happened to them. They've accepted their growth. And most importantly, they've accepted their fall, their failure. And they sit in it long enough. A lot of people, if you should ask Vybz Kartel, because I made mention about him earlier, what he was doing a lot in prison, he would probably tell you that he spent the time and sit within his own pain, his own hell, and accepted it. He merged with his pain. He merged with where he is, becomes one with it. And while he's in it, the words come to him. This is the reason why, while this guy was in prison, there wasn't any end to his music. Creativity flourished on another level. It flourished on another level even before he was in prison. Now, mind you, before he got to prison, he was great. But even in prison, it shows that there's more to him. There's a lot more to him that has been untangled out of his psyche and through his personality, because he had accepted his chaos where he is. And it didn't take any time for the guy. As soon as he left prison, it's like his life just climbed further and further. Even before he went into prison, his life thrived way more than before he went to prison. Same thing with Jamal. I'm sure this guy has suffered tremendously in his life before his music, before his acclaimed success in his career. I've listened to his songs, and you can tell that the words that came out of his mouth, how he used that street knowledge and projected with such power. When he yells, it's almost revolutionary. It's like a roar, a triumph out of his chaos. Listen to him. You feel the fire that he has channeled, that fire, that quote unquote what people will call evil. He channeled that fire and that vim through his words. Listen to his songs, especially the songs that says motivation. It's titled Motivation. And there's a section in it, I can't remember it word for word, but there's a section in his songs where he said that specifically. I might be paraphrasing it wrong, but there's a section in his song that states that every word the dunceman speaks is pain with words. Believe. And he always yelled the word believe. If people would just look past everything that is quote unquote coined evil, deprecating, or ghetto, listen to the message that is trying to yell beyond the quote unquote stereotype. Believe, when he would yell, believe, no man. Listen to his songs carefully. Even in the first part of that same song, he states, you see the place where I'm from? It's hard work and dedication. What do you think he's talking about? You think it's just hammering away at everything? Right here. Hard work. And he's dedicated to where he wanted to go. He became fully aware of the situation he's in. And he also became fully aware of where he wants to go. Now, I watched an interview with him once, and I've been analyzing his growth. And he said something to the interviewer, saying that he said, and I quote, the place where Vybz Kartel is, that's where I should be. He has an aim. So it's not just somebody who just step out of the ghetto and just singing about evil this and bad boy this and bad boy that. He accepts where he is, where he was, and he objectively and strategically create a plan to get out of it. Not every human being is going to get that privileged opportunity to go to a tertiary education and to get that ability to have the money to go study and then come out to be an acclaimed citizen. There are people out there who used the state that they're in, the phase they found themselves in, and climb out of it and use what they have to their advantage and climb out of it, whether it looks good, whether it looks esteemed, or whether it doesn't look esteemed. Whether it look very noble or not so noble. The goal is to be the better version of who you were than the day before. He climbed out of his situation by using what he had at his disposal. That's growth. That's acceptance. That's the process that is called the individuation process. That's locking into your unique gifts and talents. And despite what people say, you pull yourself up and you galvanize your energy, whatever he used to use his energy for. He galvanized that and he channeled it into something that flows to him naturally, and he fuels that, and that gift that he has to coin words together and make music. All his energy is being pumped through that. And because he's channeling all his energy through that energy has also taught him how to give back. Give back to the people who are in the state he was in. Give back to the people who lost a lot, because he became aware and accepting that these people who are crying out for help, he realized where he was. And then there's a part of him that he found the compassion to do what he wants to do. Whether people want to say he's doing it for airplay or doing it for ego, he still did it. He still went out and do it. And that move is akin to motivating because other people who witnessed that knew where he's coming from. And as a result, people can be inspired by his action, not just his music, because they saw that, oh, this guy who's been calling himself dumb can easily just dish out a ton load of money, buy all these resources to help people who I'm pretty sure he never knew. He doesn't even know probably more than half of them, if not 90% of them. Through acceptance. He accepted where he was. Now he's accepting where he is. And he has also accept where these people are. Thus, it helped him to develop a certain amount of compassion where he can give back. That's growth. That's maturity. That's rising above who you were. Who you were. That's right. Oh, yes. That's true nobility right there. Same thing with Vybz Kartel. Vybz Kartel started off singing a lot of evil music, and we all loved it. It has a lovely little ring to it. And the words he put together, it's so immaculate. It's very articulate. A lot of artists in Jamaica, too, and around the world, I would say, do the same thing. But a lot of them don't get that earplay. But I'm voicing my words right now because a lot of these artists, if you would show the average individual in other places around the world, you say, oh, he looks intimidating. He looks this, he looks that. But they are not aware of the fact that this quote unquote intimidating looking person, this beast, could transform himself, where instead of acting out evil or doing things that beasts were considered to do, he's giving back. He's motivating other people. And that's growth. That's the word I wanted to put out there. So, this is also a message to even to my own self and to a lot of people out there that when you look at an individual or a circumstance or a situation itself or group of people, you might be creating this narrative in your mind based off how they look. But if you would just shut off all the labeling, turn off all the labeling that we all proclaimed or all imposed on people, then we will start to realize that there's more to the individual. Intuitively, you will start to pick it up. Study some people that you've never studied before. Right? Study them. Study where they came from and where they arise. Because acceptance through the individuation process, as eloquently laid out by psychoanalyst Carl Jung, it's very important in every single human being's life, man and woman. Accepting your unacceptable self and watch to see what happens. Don't be afraid to step away from the crowd. Don't be afraid to be alone. Don't be afraid to go within and see the side of you that was bullied, the side of you that was called names, self-deprecating names, stereotypes that you've subconsciously lived by for years, and accept it and give it love. And over time, you will see what happens. Thoughts and narratives and new ideas will come to your mind in ways that will puzzle even you. And that is a process to which you're unraveling and unlocking a version of yourself that has been tied up into the shame, into the guilt, into the stereotypes, and even the self prejudices, the prejudices that you've had about your own self, and even the stereotypes that people have proclaimed on you too. Create a counterforce for the force that has been applied to you. But first, accept it. Make peace with it. Don't label yourself with it. Make peace with it. And it won't be hitting a solid wall within you. It won't. And once it hit that solid wall within you, that's when you become emotional. But if you let it just go right through you, you realize that every single thing that a lot of people say out here, they are even more hurt than you. Some of them want to bring you down because there's a version of you that's rising, or there's a version of you that they've they don't like. They see you're growing and they want to tear you down. And accept that as you moving. Accept it, because if you fight it, you strengthen it, and you become trapped into that prejudice. Make peace with it. Racism, stereotypes. The same thing that Jamal did, Dunsmond, Vybz Kartel. Plenty of other people throughout the world have done this. The twin of twins brothers. A big salute to Curly Locks, who wrote the book Planet Earth, and his brother Two Locks. Patrick Gaynor and Paul Gaynor, the twins from Jamaica. Salute them. Brilliant books. Planet Earth. And he has a new one called The Road to Zion. Read these books, and these books will shed an immense amount of light about what I'm also talking. And that being said, Patrick Curly Locks Gaynor, he's been a true inspiration, him and his brother. The unorthodox way in how they explain certain things. Now, these guys also came from the ghetto too. They grew up in some rough areas. If you would really research these guys, these two brothers, they're twins, and they have rised up through creating their own podcast, stirred up all these comedic modules over the years, for years, inspiring people, make people laugh, inspiring people. They did events at weddings, and it blows your mind. And once they start to acquire certain momentum in their life, both of them start to read books. They start to read people who were way before them. Marcus Garvey, all these great figures. And they became inspired. And thus, these guys also inspire me. So that inspiration is going along the line. And I'm extremely grateful for them. Salute, world.